In this tutorial, we'll be covering tactics for footballstrategy.org. Your strategy determines the extent to which your team will defend or attack. It is necessary to change your tactics according to your players and the opposition you'll be facing. Each side gets approximately the same amount of opportunities unless their tactics and player quality stipulate otherwise. It's not necessary to make advanced choices to win matches, but it is often the best way to utilize specific players. The first category available in tactics is defense, which affects players' behavior in the defensive zone. Pressure affects how far up the pitch your team will challenge for the ball. Aggression affects the level of effort your players will put into challenging for the ball. Setting these values too high can leave you exposed in the back and drain your condition level quicker. However, having these indicators set low will not exhaust your players as fast and can stop your opponent trying to play balls over the top of your defence, as your backline will remain deep. The width will affect how wide your left back and right back will play during the match. It is a good idea to increase this value if your opponent uses a wide formation with quick wingers, as it will disturb momentum in your favour. While having a low value will keep your defence tight and is best used against a formation that does not attack often on the sides. You can also pick the defender line. Cover will bring a player back to fill a gap left by a pressure defender to prevent any easy through balls. Offside traps will make your defensive line move forward when an opponent makes a run, hopefully catching them offside. The second category is build-up play, which affects player behaviour in the middle zone. For speed, move the slider to adjust how fast or slow you want your team to play when moving up the pitch. A higher value will result in faster and longer passes, while a lower value will result in slower and shorter passes. For passing, it will affect the distance you want to play the ball. If you want to attack your opponent quickly, then select a higher value to indicate frequent long passes, rather than a low value which will indicate frequent short passes. There are two positioning styles for build-up play. Organised will keep your players strictly in their formation, while freeform will allow for more freedom and ambitious runs. The third and last category is chance creation, which affects players' behaviour in the offensive zone. For passing, it will tell your players how much risk you want them to take when moving the ball. A lower value will cause players to execute short, safe passes, while a high value will cause players to attempt long, ambitious passes. For crossing, a high value will cause your players to cross the ball more often throughout the match, while a low value will result in minimal crossing. For shooting, a high value will cause your players to shoot as soon as they get an opportunity, while a low value will cause players to be more patient and wait for the right moment to strike. You can also set your positioning to organised or freeform for this part of the pitch as well. Aside from tactics, you can also select individual instructions for each starting player and make them behave differently from the tactics selected. Remember to choose a tactic that fits your team. If you set things correctly, you will have an advantage on the pitch over your opponent.